All right, guys, welcome back. We're on to what set one? What is the set one booster called? Dawn of Genesis. That's what set one's called.
I believe so.
I
Is
think
that what
so.
it's going to be called in English? Do we know that or no?
Probably.
Did they not announce it
I
on
have
the
no
stream?
idea. I don't remember the
Or
exact names they
I
used.
got Twitter.
All right. Either way, we're here with the set one booster. We can look it up, I guess. We're gonna do kind of the same way we did the starter decks. We're just gonna break it
Advent
up.
of Genesis.
Advent of Genesis. Not Dawn of Genesis. They went with a better word.
Yeah, I think it sounds better than Dawn.
So yeah, we're gonna break it up like we did on the other video, like the start deck videos. We're just gonna start off with Forestcraft. Should we just go down, do the same way we did last time, guys?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the first card we have of the booster set is Rose Queen. It has fanfare. Choose any number of fairy followers in your EX area. Transform each one into a Thorn Burst. And then act this card, recover an amount of PP equal to the number of Thorn Burst in your EX area.
So I guess it's important to go over what a Thornburst
yeah.
is.
Thorn
Wait, it
Burst.
tells you, yeah.
Yeah, Thorn Burst is a 2 play point for Forestcraft plant folk spell with choose an enemy leader or enemy follower, deal 3 damage to it, draw a card. All right.
Does the type on a spell matter?
I don't think the type on that is actually relevant, but the the cost on it is it's kind of nice. Like you drop it on 8, but it's also kind of awkward, right? So think about this: you drop this on 8, you have 5 fairies in your EX area from the fairy princess from the TV. And then you tap this, you go back up to 5, but these are 2 mana spells, so you have a floating mana. It's a little awkward about that. I think that's like the weirdest thing, I think. But you get a lot of hand fill, and you get a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But I think what's always awkward about this card is it doesn't do anything. Right? Like, think about this. This is, on the turn it's played, you could see this as 6 storm damage, or like, but then you have this body. But what if your opponent's already gone wide? It's not bad. It's actually good, but it's also
You have to think about this card to play it, right?
yeah. It's not as like insane as you would hope.
Right. Like you could be cheeky with this card and like play it down and then act it to get back play points, and then use those play points to combo into something. So you can play other cards to get combo effects. Is that good? Yes or no? Sometimes. But the card does have some interesting, I don't know, thought exercises.
Yeah, I feel like the Thornburst sometimes are relevant on the turn it's played, but half the time you end up just having a 5 mana like sandbag turn.
Right.
Is almost what it feels like.
Yeah, when I look at this, like without having the full context of what's in Forest on the first set, like this just still like in a vacuum seems like a win more card. Like if you're ahead and play this, you're just gonna stay ahead and win. But I don't know, does this ever like really get you back into a game you're like kind of falling behind?
It can a little bit, but I think that it's like your only real payoff in like the first set, other than just like weenie aggro.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still played, and it's not bad in the games that it comes out, but it can also just be like awkward to like find the opportunity to put it on the board. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like in like if you play it in the Weenie Aggro match, so it's kind of like your like in Magic your red decks. It's like your long term goal card. So like if you run out of gas real fast and you're trying to like
aggro can't put this on the board because they can't retain fairies in the X area.
Oh, really quick too, Dean, do you have the setting on your mic for the split mic thing?
It is set? Is it not?
Okay. Ellis sounds super far away in the background whenever he talks.
Oh, is it on the? Is that better?
Oh, that's way better.
I was lying. No, he just came close to the mic. That's the story. But yeah, so that's how we feel about this. I think it's good.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of your key role players, but it's also like you're gonna have to like navigate the situation.
Yes.
When you try to find the place to put this down.
Yeah. 100%.
Can also be awkward trying to keep the fairies in the X area.
Yeah, like you were saying in the aggro matchup, it is hard. just being able to keep those fairies in the EX area. You really have to have a turn of the card that fills your EX area with fairies.
But then you have to like also have the hand to not need to put those on the board.
Right.
Oh yeah, that makes sense too. Are there effects that actually interact with the EX area? Like your opponent can like remove things from the EX area?
There's one, and we'll see it in neutral.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
All right, next card here.
This one is Ancient Elf, 2-mana 2/2, and it has Ward. And when it comes into play, you can return another card on the field to your hand, and it gets +1/+1. And when you evolve it for 1, it goes to a 3/3, and it just has return another card on the board to your hand, and it gets +1/+1. Helps fuel combo.
Yep.
For like following turns, like you can like get in some damage with some like cheaper cards, and then return them to the hand, and then get this thing up, and it becomes a 5/5 for what is that, 3 mana, plus the cards on your board. And then there's also like other cards that get benefits when they're bounced to hand, so you can definitely combo this thing off pretty well. It's very nice. It's a huge body, especially for 3.
It protects you.
So yeah, this card's pretty good.
Yeah, it's like a really good enabler too, right? So also the art is amazing. Really quick, is this almost the same exact effect that the digital card game had for this card?
No, the digital card game was bounce your whole board, gain power equal to.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, the other one was
way better,
but it was also a 3-drop instead of like a 2-drop with the evolve.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Look what they did to our boy, and I'm so happy. I hate this card.
This is Rhino Roach. You may recognize this card from the digital game. It's not the same. So Rhino Roach is a 1/1 for 2 with Evolve for 0. It has Rush, and it has Fanfare plus X plus O, where X is the number of other cards you played this turn. So basically your combo count. On its Evolve side, it's still a 1/1. So it has choose one of the following: either gain Storm or deal damage to an enemy follower equal to this follower's attack. So it's either a play down equal to combo and gain some power and hit face, or it's play down equal to power, gain power equal to combo and deal with 2 threats on board, or 1 really big threat. Because it gains rush, so you can attack into something. It has deal damage on play potentially, if that's what you want to go with. They murdered this guy.
I'm happy. I'm happy he was murdered.
There's so much wrong with this. So now we have quick plays when you attack.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And this has no protection and maintains a 1 body.
Right.
Meaning it dies to literally any trial deck.
Right. Assuming your opponent has play points remaining. If they tapped out, go all in with this card.
And yeah, you have to evolve to get the Storm, which is a once per turn action and limited to up to 3 times the entire game for this card.
Right, so you can't evolve it. It's really bad.
It's so off. Like this is, you can't even pretend that it's the original.
No,
it's I sleeved up one of the list that's trying to play this, and it is. Man, this is a bulk card. Yeah, this is going to be your 10-cent rare on TCG players. What this is.
Oh my god!
You're gonna play 1 copy of it to catch your opponent off guard because they're gonna be like, "Wait, what?"
Dude, they'll be stun locked so much. Like, why are they playing this horrible card? They just forget to do anything.
Yeah, I wish we wish it. I mean, like it was pretty toxic, but like it, I don't know if it deserved this.
When we were first doing our playing in the Japanese version of the game, we looked at this card and we're like, "Oh, this seems pretty good." And then we re-looked at this card after we're like, wait, that doesn't sound right. And yeah, it was real bad.
Yeah, and then if you're used to the digital card game at all, for those that do play it, like we're used to seeing this card in like OTK decks. This card it was just like how you lost like every game against Forestcraft, especially early on.
Back in the day.
Yeah. It was. So like seeing it massacred like this is like, for me, I hated losing to this combo because you'd have to sit there and be like, well, I hope they don't have the right cards that go off like and hit me face like 5 times in a row. But...
Yep, can't do that anymore.
Yeah. All right. Next card here we have Robin Hood. Forestcraft follower, cost 5 for 5 stats. And it's fanfare, choose an enemy follower, deal 4 damage to it, and then it has an activate ability, which it costs 1 play point, and restless card, choose an enemy follower, deal 4 damage to it. Seems like a very expensive way to remove things off the board, but you gotta like hopefully remove 2 things on play. I don't know, this card seems pretty like mediocre-ish. I don't know what
Well,
you got.
it would be six
Yeah,
mana for 4 damage to 2 targets, up to
yeah.
2 targets. So like, is
Uh,
it worth it? Probably not.
at the beginning of the game, I think it's actually pretty decent.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably fair. If this guy had ward, he'd be way better.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay, this is Silverbolt, 7 mana, quick play spell. Choose an enemy leader or enemy follower, draw a card, then deal X damage to it. X is the number of cards in your hand. It is so sad. I think in digital that you can have a 9-card hand, so this card would deal 9 damage.
It also costs 9 in digital, though.
No, it doesn't.
Did it not?
No, there's no way Silverbolt's 9 mana. It'd be unplayable.
Look it up. Look it up right now. This
Well, I
card
think it
seems
was.
like this card
Oh
seems
wait,
pretty.
Ellis is right. Damn.
Yeah, this card
Okay.
costs 9 in digital.
Damn. Okay. Well, I guess I don't know my classic cards.
I played this card in Classic, Dean. This card was great. They gave it quick. I love this card.
Okay, so yeah, I guess you can deal a lot of face damage randomly.
Do you maintain hand size enough or make this to be even like much value?
No.
I think Forest is probably one of the few classes that can try to. We'll see later on. They have some draw power and some stuff that fill your hand, but it's not near as good as it would have been in digital. Just because the fairies that normally would go to hand from different card effects just go to your EX area instead. The EX area, I think, hurts this card.
Yeah, it just seems like it's so overcosted for its effects, but yeah. All right.
But like if you open turn 7 with a 7-card hand, and this is one of those 7 cards, it's 7 damage to face.
Yeah, but how often does that actually happen in the physical card game? I feel like most of the time my hand size was like usually pretty low.
Forest can maintain the hand, but I do think that this is like unbelievably a meme. Like it's 7 face damage that does literally nothing.
Right.
It's literally like deal 7 past turn.
Yeah, against Haven, this card's useless. You can't play enough of them fast enough to kill them, like kill the opponent, because Haven has a lot of healing ability.
I think it's just useless in general.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Next card here.
This is me?
Yeah.
Oh, this is me? Hey! This is Homecoming. It is a 3-drop spell. It is a Forestcraft spell with the elf trait. It says, choose an enemy follower. Its leader puts it on bottom of their deck. Combo 5, put all enemy followers instead without choosing. Tokens returned to the hand are removed from the game. So, this card is interesting. Your odds of getting to Combo 5 are not high, but this is a 3-drop spell, so it gets higher. It deals with things that can't be targeted, like is Heavenly Aegis set 2?
Yeah, this card is not really relevant until set 2, to be honest.
Yes.
After that, it's like a cute, cheeky one of.
Right.
Very powerful effect. It's just it takes a lot to get that.
Right. Yes.
It's kind of like there's like a magic card. There's like the magic cards that have like overflow or something, or like
Overload. It's a single target or target all.
But it's like comparing a card in Magic to their overload, where you're like you don't actually play for the single target.
Yeah, this is basically a Cyclonic Rift in Magic.
That was the one.
But it also has the issue of needing a storm count of 5. 4 if you count itself. It does count itself, so you play 4 other cards. So like if you follow up the turn where you play the big fairies, like the thing that gives you a bunch of fairies, and your board dies, you could play 4 of those fairies in this card.
That would
But
be the combo,
right, yeah, it would.
but like,
And that's about it, though.
It's pretty.
It's pretty pain.
Yeah,
Oh man.
And your opponent has to have a big board for this
Right.
to even do anything, right?
Yeah.
It's really only relevant against threats that you cannot deal with by choosing them, or really wide boards.
How many like I guess meta cards that have like cannot be chosen in set 1 for like that the first initial meta? Is there many?
I think there's one.
No, I don't think there's any. I don't think there's a single hexproof card in set 1 that has any relevance.
It's the sword card that has
That's not really relevant.
the one that says if your opponent has 3 or more, it gains aura and a bunch of other stuff.
There is a deck that could potentially put a single card on board with hexproof, and you're gonna do a 5-card combo to remove that single card.
Right, exactly. That's the problem. Like that's what makes this not good.
What an investment. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I guess at worst it's a 3-mana kill spell. It's not like it's terrible, but
Yeah.
like it's also
The combo's not what you should be aiming for unless you're in absolute dire straits.
All right.
I just think there's better 3-mana cards in your deck.
Yes.
Next card here then. Elven Princess Mage. It's a 3/3 for 3. It has evolve for 1 into the evolve from here, which is put 2 when it evolves, put 2 fairy wisps into your EX area. Fairy wisps is 0 play point 1/1 Forestcraft fairy follower. Then it becomes a 4/4.
And that's how you do your combos.
Yes.
Is this like the main enabler for any Forestcraft decks, essentially, for enabling combos?
It's one of them, yeah.
It's like probably your best. Like you replace the trial deck Forest 3-drop evolve with this usually.
100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is kind of like on curve and everything. It's like decent value.
Yep.
All right, nothing to say about that. Next.
The Blessed Fairy Dancer 2-drop 2/2, and all of your other fairy followers and all fairy followers in EX area get +1/+1. Yeah, this card slaps.
This card's great. You fill that EX area with 0 cost fairies, and then give them all +1/+1. That's hype.
Yeah, you can get some pretty beefy boards. Drop this down, bounce it back to hand with the Ancient Elf. Boom, drop it down again.
Yeah.
You know, those fairies, when they're coming out, they've been to the gym. They're looking buff. You got the 5/5 fairies. You know, it's pretty good.
Yeah, this card's great.
Seems solid. Next.
Ooh, Elfchild May. It's a 1-drop 1/1 that says when it's returned to hand from the field, choose an enemy follower, deal 1 damage to it. It also has fanfare, choose an enemy follower, deal 1 damage to it. So comes into play, deals damage, bounces back, deals damage. Card's amazing. It's great with your ancient elf, things like that. Anything that bounces this card to hand makes it way better. It's really good at dealing with aggro cards. I love this card.
You assume this is one of your main like targets to like bounce back and forth, right?
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, 100%. And look how cute she is.
True.
She's adorable.
All right, next here, Fairy Beast. It's a 5/5 for 5 follower. It has activate, banish a fairy follower from your EX area, add 3 to your leader's health, draw a card. You may only use this ability once per turn. This seems pretty decent.
I don't think I even remember this card existing.
I don't know. I think I've seen this in some control list where it's like heal and draw.
Yeah.
But it's a little slow, right?
It's really slow. It eats your resources really poorly.
I mean, no, it doesn't. The fairies, you have 1 mana, put 3 fairies in your EX area.
Yeah, but
you
like
remove one of those, get 3 health. That's like better value than the fairy.
I agree with that, but I don't know. I feel like outside of that card.
I mean, if you're playing this card, it's slow in the sense that you're not playing a deck for like an aggressive deck, right? Kind of like Dean was saying, this is probably better in control lists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't remember, like, I think I've seen a couple lists to try to play this just because, like, as Forest, you don't have a lot of healing. You have a lot of removal, but you don't have a lot of healing.
Yeah.
And this can kind of, like, bridge that gap, and you just drop down to 5/5 and just kind of, like, heal a little bit. But it's like, that 5/5's not doing a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess it would be a funny turn of the. Oh no, it wouldn't. Never mind. That'd be really bad. Yeah, I don't know.
It does heal 3 on the turn it's played, though, so that's nice. And it doesn't tap to do that, so you can just leave this thing, like, chilling.
Yeah, and
They
I
have
mean,
to,
like,
like,
it
heal it.
replaces itself too, essentially, right? In a
Yeah.
roundabout way. So
Yeah, it's a cantrip. That's potentially a cantrip every turn if it doesn't die somehow. So like, it is a fairy as well.
Insane.
I
You
didn't
can
realize
buff
it
it
was
with
a
the other one.
fairy.
+1/+1, baby. Let's go.
You know, this card could see some interesting deck building, I think. I don't remember this card's existence prior to this moment, but it might have some tricks.
All right, next card here.
This one is...
me again?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
it's so fast. Yeah?
Just read.
Okay. All right, so this is Noble Fairy.
Holy...
It is a 3-drop 3/3. It has Ward. It has Fanfare combo 3. Choose an enemy follower, destroy it, and put a fairy into the enemy field. Fairy is a 1/1 for 1 with fairy, and it's a Forestcraft follower. So it's a 3/3 that kills something and replaces it with a 1/1. It's Pongify in Magic on a 3/3 that protects you. Card's fine. It's really not great in the mirror match, though. Giving your opponent fairies only helps them.
This card is pretty annoying for, like, Dragon.
Yes. 100%.
Oh yeah, that definitely would be really annoying for Dragon. All right, next card here.
That'd be you, Kit.
What? D? I'm pretty sure we skipped you somehow. Just
Did
go.
I
That's what I
skip?
thought.
Okay, look, listen here. Nature's Guidance. One, that's because I wanted to read this card. How about that? 1 mana spell. You choose a card on your field, return it to hand, draw a card. This fuels your combo, gives you card draw, allows you to recycle those disgusting come and play effects like the
Yeah, it
Fairy
does.
Dancer or the
Elfchild May. On turn 2, you play Elfchild May. You play this. You bounce her back. You've dealt 2 damage with her, and you've drawn a card.
You know what? Here's even better. Turn 5, you drop down the lion. You sack a fairy. Boom. Turn 6, you attack with the lion. You sack a fairy. You draw a card. Bounce the lion back. Put it back down. Sack another fairy.
Oh my
Boom.
god.
9 health, 3 draws. 4 draws, 2
4
turns.
draws.
Oh my god.
3 draws.
4.
What
This
draw
draws.
for turn?
No, this draws.
Oh, because you've done the... Okay.
Insane.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, so now that we've unlocked the control forest deck, see, that's what I was waiting for, was this.
Okay.
All right. Oh, another piece
Well,
of the main
that's
enabler,
very
right,
good.
for the deck.
I think the lion's a meme with this card.
This is a huge enabler for Forest, right? Especially in the beginning.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this card will...
Easy 3 of.
I don't know if we'll see play as much. Man,
think so?
this was the Rhino Roach enabler back in the day, but that
Yeah.
Rhino Roach, he's not looking too hot. So,
That's
but this
true.
card's still pretty good.
Yeah.
This card will still see play for a long time, but will it see his play as long as it used to? Who knows?
Do we know if Shadowverse is going to be a legacy game or a rotation game?
Still
I don't
don't know. Even in the
Yeah, I
Japanese
think
format, they
that
haven't said
affects
anything.
this card's longevity.
I think we wait for the meta to get really toxic and then it'll rotate.
Yeah,
I
I
can see
think that affects this card's longevity. I think in a rotation game, this card is good in a vacuum. Probably doesn't get played in any formats past rotation. In a
What do you mean this gets broken on Unlimited?
If Unlimited works the same way, sure. But in long term Shadowverse, I think it all depends on how cards get translated over from digital to physical, and what cards get enabled by returning to hand and or combo. Like, this card is a card to watch in the long term.
I give this a triple S plus. I don't know what he's talking about.
I do agree that right now the card is a triple S plus. I think future proofing this card is keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the type of card too that I think even if there's a rotation, well, I don't know if they're gonna do it kind of like Magic, but it's like a type of an effect that would just be reprinted over and over again, especially for Forest. So.
Oh yeah, that's not even something I had thought of.
They
Possible.
have a bunch of this in Unlimited. It's It's not played anymore, but for a while it was really fun when they would bounce their entire board They have like 12 copies of this in their deck.
Oh wow.
Jesus. All right, let's move on to the next card here. Harvest Festival. It's a 1-cost amulet. When this amulet leaves the field, draw a card, activate 1 play point, act this card, and put it into the graveyard. Add 1 to your leader's health. Ooh, power. My assumption here is you're supposed to do some meme shit and like bounce this back to your hand over and over again to draw cards for your combo count, right?
Okay, that would be great, but I don't actually think there's anything that bounces this card.
Oh,
No,
wait. Is it
just read a card that did?
Wait, I thought that only bounced followers. Go back.
No. Bounce
Wait.
cards.
Oh, whoops, wrong. Let me see.
Oh, it is card.
And Ancient Elf bounce cards as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it bounced followers. No, that's pretty good.
No, okay, I will admit something though. I don't know if we played with the proper translations of this. If you ever look back on our videos, I think that we assumed that when we acted it, we didn't get that top effect, but it's reading as if we do get that top effect.
Yeah, I'm with you. This card I think seems way better now that we know what it actually does.
Yeah, 2 mana heal 1 draw is better than 2 mana heal 1 net 1.
Yes.
But yeah, definitely good target for bouncing.
Yeah,
you definitely use this with Ancient Elf.
Yeah. And the last card, Nature's Guidance or whatever.
Yeah, it just seems like another card that's like designed to like keep your hand size up and let you add combo count in exchange for play.
It's
play
real
points
good
or
with the
whatever.
Silver Bolt.
All
You
right.
play some kind of control game with the Silver Bolt and cards like this.
All right. Next card here.
Okay, Elf Metallurgist. This is a 2-drop 3/2 fanfare. Choose an enemy follower, deal 1 damage to it, combo 3, deal 3 damage instead. As you see, it has the bronze rarity. This is the draft card that you will take and then probably never actually put in a constructed deck, to be honest.
Hold on. I think in set 1, this card's great. It is very solid removal with a body in set 1.
I could put an Ancient Elf on the board for this mana cost.
My only gripe with this card is if the attack and power were swapped. Attack and defense or health or whatever was swapped. I think it would be a way better card because isn't 2 health just like in range for like literally everything to kill?
But
yes,
it's a card that would force like 3 damage on board is not like laughable. Like,
but it's gonna die to anything.
But they would have to waste something on it, and I would rather them waste something on this than something like an Ancient Elf or something else. Like, there are other cards I would rather see stay in play over this getting killed by a removal.
The point of the Ancient Elf is to make them kill it.
I guess.
Actually, all cards that you put on the board are meant to be killed.
Exactly. So, like, I think this card has merit because not only does it trade with a follower
for 5 mana.
That's not always true because you also have 0-cost fairies
that you can only get on your 4-drop turn.
Isn't there another card that makes 0-cost fairies? I'm pretty sure there is.
I don't know. Right now, this card looks like all it reads to me is choose an enemy follower, deal 1 damage to it on play. That's it. I don't think there's very many like scenarios where you're gonna like be wanting to combo off. It's like kind of like I happen to be able to do this play right now, right? Type of thing.
Yeah. Listen, I think you're right here, Kit.
On turn 4, you play down Elfchild May. You bounce it back to hand. You play this down. You've dealt 5 damage.
Damn insane.
All right, I'm gonna believe you because I don't want to think about it right now. Next card.
It's okay. Ooh, you've got Archer. It is a 1/4 for 2. It is a hunter traded card. It has evolve for 1. And it also has whenever another follower enters your field, choose an enemy follower and deal 1 damage to it.
Here's the evolve.
Evolve. It has whenever another follower enters your field, choose up to 2 enemy followers and deal 1 damage to each. This card is better than the last card we saw.
Wow.
In terms of 2-drops. I put that out there. Listen, I might be thinking of the digital game where that other card is played in early Shadowverse, but like
what?
This card is good.
Man played the Switch game and said the NPCs
whoa.
couldn't handle the
Hold on.
archer.
I played Forest in OG Shadowverse, like from the start.
You were a
Like,
Forestcraft player from
was a
OG
Forestcraft
Shadowverse.
player. I said
All right,
that-
we're
said
removing.
trial deck videos.
Listen, it totally passed my mind. We're removing Ellis from the cast. I hate people
Oh,
who play
no.
Forestcraft.
No, what has happened?
Oh
Bait.
man.
Fuck forced mains.
I immediately cut the video. The audio just cuts here, and then you come back to just Demon Kit.
Yeah, we've always been a 2-man team. I don't know what anyone's talking about. Oh yeah, this card just already seems better than the last card. Like you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a solid card
I
all
like
around. Do you
The
guys
fact
know?
that there's a 1/4 body,
Mhm.
I think it's pretty good because then they have to waste 2 removal spells on it.
Yeah. What is it before? It's whoops. It's
1/4.
still 1/4. Oh my god. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really hard to remove then. Until
It just doubles down on the pings.
Yeah,
Right.
you're just at 4 health. It's kind of like you start forcing your opponent if they're going to use a spell to remove it. It's
Right.
more of their higher cost spells of like 3 or
It
4.
turns your
that-
Elf Chop
yeah.
into Lightning Bolt.
Yeah. Damn. All right. Who's this? Is this me? I forget.
Yes.
Fairy Whisperer. It's a 2-cost 1/1 elf Forestcraft follower. It's fanfare. Put a fairy into the field. Put a fairy into the EX area. Easy way to fill up a bunch of fairies. Wasn't this a 1-drop in the digital game?
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
added 2 fairies to hand. Well, this puts 1 on the field.
Okay.
And 1 in your EX area.
So I have no idea. Is this really good or not? You
It's a
guys
2
played more, right?
They played it in set 1.
Yeah. I don't know if it's played in set 2.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, it's like
It's really decent early like token generation. If you're playing the card that we'll see here in a moment.
Oh no, that amulet was in the trial deck, wasn't it?
Yeah. So if you're playing that amulet, this card is good because it just spawns 2 fairies. So it's basically a 2-drop Doom Traveler that summons something on play as well.
All right. Next card then.
the dog. We already went over this one.
We
Can we
did.
skip it?
Yeah, we can skip it. It
Yeah,
was
it's in
all
the
this
trial
in trial deck. Yeah.
Please watch our trial deck video to see more.
Heh.
We have the Mana Elk 4-drop 5/5. There we go. That's a beefy boy. And it's got Beast trait. And whenever a fairy follower attacks, choose an enemy leader or enemy follower, deal 1 damage to it. I tried playing this.
Yep.
And sometimes it stuck around, and I was like, "Oh, what a good card!" And other times it got hit with the removal spell, and I was like, "Oh no, that was 4 mana."
Yeah. This is.
I could have played other cards.
Yeah, this is not a card you'll see very often. When you see this card, if you don't have removal for it, it's a problem.
Yeah, it seems about right. It just if it randomly sticks around for multiple turns, you've probably lost the game.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I don't think it's that strong. I think it might be like a hindrance if it sticks around.
Maybe, yeah.
It helps your fairies trade with other things.
All right. We have who's this for? Is this Ellis?
This is me, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Fairy Circle. It's my favorite thing to step in. It is a 1-drop spell. It's a fairy traded spell. It puts 3 fairies in your EX area. For those of you that played the digital game, this card was a 1-drop that put 3 into your hand.
2.
Oh, was it only 2? Oh, it was only 2. So even though it doesn't add to your hand size, it does give you an extra fairy now. Card's good.
Nice. I don't know what else to say. As if you're playing fairies, you're playing this card probably, right?
Yes, 100%.
Pretty much.
It is turn 1, put 3 dudes in the EX area, have 2 playables in turn 2.
And then turn 2, you put down the elf dancer or the fairy
that too.
dancer, and boom.
Yeah, now you have 2/2 fairies in your
Turn
EX
3
area.
is 3 2/2s.
Right.
That's like not even a move. That's like the actual play.
Yeah, at the
Yeah.
cost of 2.
All right. We have here Woodkin Curse. Spell, 2 costs, spirit trait. It's quick play and choose an enemy follower. It does not deal damage this turn. Oh, it's a fog. How often
I don't
is this
remember
used?
this card existing either.
Yeah, I don't think we ever sleeved this, despite the fact that I'm pretty sure this card is being played in digital Shadowverse to right now. Oh wait, it cantrips in digital.
But it's quick and physical.
Mm,
Like, right. I feel like this card has application, but I don't know if the application's good enough to want to play it. I think this card is good in the long game, like in the control match with the Lion, but
oh, it does protect the line.
it does. But I don't know if this card is actually good. My gut is telling me this card has application, but my brain is like, I don't remember seeing this card's existence.
I remember seeing it, but that doesn't mean it's not good.
Right.
I like it.
I like it too.
Listen,
I feel
I always like fog effects, so I'm
Yeah.
always down for this. And then I think, yeah, if there's more of a control list, this is probably played for sure.
how does this interact with strike effects? Like if a card has
No,
no.
strike triggers before your quicks.
Yeah.
Okay, that's unfortunate. Oh, but like so, if they have two dudes in play, one of them has strike deal damage to something, and the other one has just attacks, and they attack with the non-strike card first, and you use this on the strike card, it doesn't get strike or its attack damage, right?
If your opponent is bad and misplaced,
Right.
then you get to do things.
You get to punish real hard with this card.
Okay. Well, I don't like to think that way.
I'm just curious. I'm just trying to think of what all like corner case applications this card has.
Fair.
I like this card.
All right. I think we're all about the same on it. Last card for Forestcraft. Dean, do the honors.
This is Woodland Refuge. This is this was in the trial deck.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
go
it
watch
was.
the trial deck for more information.
Yeah.
If you want to go over these in the future and they're in trial decks, leave a comment.
No. We got to tell people, if you want to know how good, do you want to be putting Woodland Refuge in your deck, you best be going to our Forestcraft trial deck set review, because that's the way that we're going to be double dipping on your viewership. Okay.
Absolutely.
Or we just tell them to leave a comment below because I think that's good too.
Yeah. Or, if you hit that subscribe button, maybe we'll release another video about Woodland Refuge.
Oh, a single video. Yeah, we got to save it for a whole
we can
video.
leave it for a short. Woodland Refuge short.
I hate you guys. Okay. That should wrap up our Forestcraft part of the first booster. We're gonna jump into the Swordcraft in our next video. Thanks for joining us, guys. I'm sorry. Please subscribe. I promise our content is gonna be way better sooner. Goodbye.